Hello everyone, I'm the Mighty Blues and welcome back to What the Hell Is This Game? Last time, we ended the class trial, which ended in absolute insanity. I'm not even going to say what the hell happened other than, apparently Makoto's dead. I don't know, Makoto's probably dead. We got the bad ending in more ways than one. Go watch the last episode. Go watch the last episode. It has left me with a headache to the point that if this episode gets any worse, I may have to take an ibuprofen because oh my god. Oh my god. Now we've got this happy cheery music, so I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. Let's just jump into the game. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Wait, are we at the beginning of the game? Hope's Peak Academy. Brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. We're at the beginning of the game. What? 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 Oh, if I would have known that, I totally would have tried to trick everyone else into thinking this was episode 1. Oh, no. What is happening? They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are 2 things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. What is happening? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head rested on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Whoa. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remember all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. God, there's so much stuff. Okay, there's actually not that much. This is a desk. Probably the one that fell down here with me. Well, there's other stuff. That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. No, if you're seeing, like, a tank, you should probably be weirded out. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Well, Monokuma did say that the military was trying to attack the school, so I guess this confirms it? It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. And I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around a bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. Okay, I don't know if I'd be able to sleep in a place like that, honestly. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What the? A strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? Carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Holy shit!
It smells awful.
Oh my god! What is she doing down here? Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. That really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. How the hell did she get down here? But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no. To atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though I knew you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. Actually, I did. I technically did. And what I saw, I wish I didn't see. Just saying. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what that did on the recording. So apparently the Epic Games launcher decided to do something, cause it just popped up on my computer. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I'm sorry. Sorry for that weird cut.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Host Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Host Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least, I did. Once. Once?
I...
Until recently. I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible! Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? The 21st of September? Oh, I remember that day, but I actually have personal attachments to that day. I won't share them though, they're very personal. Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing! You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But, what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean, somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But what if what you say is true? Why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make a big Jesus Christ, I cannot talk. Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. Oh, girl, same! Same! I have this problem all the time. It really is something that's hard to... Like, once you've grown so used to being independent, for whatever reason, it's so hard to get used to being able to ask for help. It's still something I struggle with.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Oh, shit! You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. That makes sense! That actually makes sense that she'd be the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why'd you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad. Is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains. One alter ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter
Oh
what.
god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if my Kyoko voice is starting to sound like really bad and raspy. I've been recording a lot today. I usually don't record as many episodes as I've done today, so it's kind of hard to go down as low as I normally would for Kyoko. I'm really sorry.
So,
Kyoko? What's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he had said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms until using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile that had the key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
Well, once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So, what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so,
I can't explain it. You'll need to see for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important, and really ominous. Man, what the fuck is going on with this fucking school?
however,
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there were no cameras or monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikosaba, doesn't it? Oh gosh, I'm so sorry for that pause. I had to get a drink of water. I can tell my voice is really starting to get strained. I'm sorry. Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikosaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peaks Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. Could have been you, Makoto. Yeah, because she tried to stab us. I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... during the night? I can hear them, you know. Oh god, again, I am so sorry. This may have to be my last episode that I'm recording for the day because, my god. Yeah, I can tell trying to go, like, really low for Makoto's voice, or not Makoto, for Kyoko's voice is really starting to strain my throat. I'm so sorry. There's a reason why I don't record this many episodes in one sitting. I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. The ability naturally draws me into cases, just like this.
Anyway.
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room, and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
that wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key was wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can't kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And no, it's not just Mukuro. They needed a class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean?
In other words...
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair.
It would seem...
That despicable group, though, whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then there,
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. I am so confused. I am so confused. Oh my god. I am so confused. You received Dream Island Rocket. That looked like a dildo for a second. I seriously thought for a second that was a Monokuma themed dildo. Wait, do those exist? Oh, I don't want to know now. I don't want to know. I don't want to know if there's a Monokuma themed dildo. I don't want that. I don't want that inside me, please. My god. Holy crap. I'm gonna be honest. I think this is a good time to end. I actually think this is a good ending point. That was a massive lore dump. That was such a massive lore dump. And my head is swimming right now. Oh my god. I actually do think I need to take a couple days away from this game. Because my brain is swimming. Holy crap, there's so much stuff that happened. Man. Alright, well that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this Let's Play as much as I am. Because man, this game is bonkers. Holy crap. Alright, that's gonna be it for today. Next time on Danganronpa, we're gonna continue more of this game. I'll see you guys later. Bye.